Hey, so let's take a look at one of the Adventure Force two-wheelers motorcycles. This one is the Yamaha YZF-R1. No, that was not on the package. There's nothing on the package that indicates the actual motorcycle itself. I had to find it through Google Glass. The R1 kind of helped me to I'd say, oh yeah, okay, so it definitely is it. So I didn't make a mistake because, you know, Google Glass is not 100% perfect. So getting this out of the package so that we can have maybe a matching figure to ride on it, which makes sense because this is a motorcycle. This is a Kamen Rider. If you've seen Kamen Rider, you know what's going to happen. They ride motorcycles most of the time. So I'm just going to take it out of the package at this point. Now you can't just take it out and start playing right away. Unfortunately, you got to have a screwdriver to get access to these screws to get it off of this base. Thankfully, I always keep one handy, and hopefully this is the right size because I didn't really plan this ahead that well. I had to use another screwdriver. I hope it wasn't this one because my hands are getting black, then it was definitely the same one. But I had the doorknob just fell off on the back door. I was like, okay. And then I found out that you didn't have to completely unscrew everything. I thought the screws just kind of fell through. Now, once your doorknob, the one I had at least, starts loosening, there's like a little turn to take it off. Like, I guess when you get it in so much, you turn and then you screw it all the way in. And I did not know that because I did not put that doorknob on in the first place. But now I know that for future reference. So there we go. The motorcycle is now nicely off. You can go ahead and recycle all this packaging. Let's take a look at that beautiful motorcycle right here. We got in the back, it's made by Mesto, which is a company that I personally like. Their cars are, you know, cheaper, and there's, they show. Let me put it this way, there's not very many windows on a Mesto car because there's not an interior to most of them. We have a turning front wheel, and also the handlebars are turning to show that they do work together. We also have suspension in the rear tire, which I personally like a lot. Got a lot of nice detailing in the engine area where you put the gas in on top. Overall, it's very nice. I like it a lot. Now let's see if he's really 1/18 scale, because this guy is a slightly above 1/18 scale. He's 4 inches, but he's in the 1/18 scale category. It's close enough for us. Now, getting his hands on the handlebars, I might have to get him some different set of hands, and just then, I know I'm off camera. Oops, earthquake. The one thing about these is they have interchangeable hands, and they do come off a little too easy in my opinion. But you can like pretend like he's like riding, he's stopping, he's taking a look like, oh, down that alley, that's where I need to go. So there you go. There is a Kamen Rider, I can't remember which one. I used to pronounce it Kamen Rider, I think, and then like the American show Kamen Rider came out, Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. It's like, this is no Kamen Rider, was their like slogan. It just kind of screwed up the way I say it now, so I'm not quite sure which way to say it anymore. Yeah, the first time I ever heard of Kamen Rider was actually before the YouTubes and stuff like that. A friend of mine was asking me if I wanted some of the Kamen Rider Kugas that he had on the, it was all written out. It was like we emailed back and forth. He was living in Japan at that time, Rick Ruff, and we were trading. I sent him American Transformers. He sent me cool stuff from Japan, mostly Micro Man, which would probably write this. He looks a little big in my opinion for this, but overall I guess he's fine. It's a look, so I mean, like I said, this one's a little bit slightly bigger. Let's see if another 1/18 scale Demon something, I don't know what his name is. He's one of the really older figures that's made mostly out of metal. See how much a little bit smaller he is. He's already got his legs in the crouching He-Man kind of position. So let's see if he can ride the motorcycle. And he looks fine too. Of course, he can't bend his knees, so you can put him up where he can put his feet on the feet resting area. So what do you think? Is this something you would get? It's only $3.97. I think it's fantastic. They sell it really quick at my Walmart. As a matter of fact, I got the last one with the last video I made of this. And then a few days later, poof, they had 12 of them on the shelf. Probably about 3 of each type. So 4 different ones. 12 total, like a box about maybe 12. So check your Walmart if they don't have them. You know, just ask. I actually asked the ladies, like, hey, you got any more of these? They sell it pretty quick, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all right, whatever. So, hey, ask the people who work there and see if they know anything about it. Maybe they'll have a box in the back. They just haven't put out because nobody's asking, nobody's caring. They got too many other things to do. You know, there's certain toys that they push out to the floors like Lego and Barbies and whatever, because they know that they will fly off the floor and they're trying to make sales. These, I don't know if they really do sell well. I just know that I personally like them. And if they aren't something that you like, that you know that they should have and they don't seem to have on the shelf, it may just be that they're like, meh, it's not as important. It's not as a hot item. This one, I don't watch TV anymore, but I mean, I've never seen a commercial on TV in my life for this. So it's not one of those products that people put on commercials to get people to drive them to the stores. Again, and I know this stuff, not because I worked for there. I did work for KB Toys back in the 90s. And I know that if it's hot, people come in and ask for it. Whenever we were close to going out of business, I saw the writing on the wall. People were saying they were wanting those fur-real pets and all these other things. And we kept getting crap in that nobody wanted. I'm like, people are not going to buy stuff just because. They want to get stuff to make their kids happy at Christmas. We got to get that stuff in. And then March, we went out of business, or our store shut down. And then a few years later, all the stores were shutting down. So it was just the writing on the wall for all the KB Toys, sadly enough. That was 2003 March. All right. We all have a great day. And don't let that bother you. I know I miss KB Toys and Toys R Us and all those places too. I guess they just won't exist ever again. All right. Catch you guys later.